Next one, Sleigh Ride. Who sings Sleigh Ride? The Ronettes versus Holly Jolly Christmas by Michael Bublé. Sleigh Ride is decent. Sleigh Ride is good. But I picked Holly Jolly Christmas.
What?
It's the best time of the year.
You didn't pick Sleigh Ride?
No, I did not.
Oh my god. That's like, again, another top fiver. I'm so shook right now. Also, my sister Jill filled out a bracket and Sleigh Ride was her number one.
Yeah, I know. Hers and not my bracket were so different. It couldn't have been more different.
Oh my god, I love Sleigh Ride. That's like a classic Christmas song. I love that song so much. And I didn't mention it before, but I do not like Michael Bublé.
No, you didn't mention that before. What are you talking about?
I don't like him.
That's what you were going to talk about? Who you don't like is Michael Bublé?
Yeah, Michael Bublé.
Why?
I just don't like him.
Oh. Very detailed.
I think that if, like, we had, Holly Jolly Christmas OG or, like, an original, like, the older artist, I might have enjoyed it more. I still would have picked Sleigh Ride because that's one of my favorites. But Michael Bublé is, I don't really like jazz music. And he's very, like, jazzy, like, slow, like, I'm surprised you like him because you like more hype. And he's, like, very, like, like, ugh. I don't like it. I just don't like it.
I don't know. This Holly Jolly Christmas, like, one of the ones where it's like, yeah, it's Christmas now. That's what it feels like to me.
See, that's how I feel about Sleigh Ride.
I like Sleigh Ride a little bit, but
wow,
I can't think of the words at all right now, but I think I like it.
I'm shook.
Sleigh Ride together with you.
Yes, that's like a classic Christmas song. It's used in all of the movies.
That is true.
I feel like we can play a short snippet. Just the beginning.
I might regret it now. We'll see. Copyrighted.
R.I.P. to Sleigh Ride. That one's amazing.
That's a tough one. I'm gonna stick with my gut, but that's a really close matchup.
Also, there was like some drama I remember with Michael Bublé, and that's why he like. Is he even a person anymore?
What does that mean? What?
Like, does he come out? Like, is he active on social media and around Christmas? Maybe it's because I just don't follow him. But I remember, like, there was that weird thing where his wife was on live or something, or he was on live, and he was, like, acting.
All right, I'm going to Insider.com.
Towards his wife.
Michael Bublé is getting backlash after a video of the singer elbowing his wife went viral.
Yes.
On Instagram Live.
Yeah. This was like a few years ago now.
That's 2 years ago.
A couple years ago now.
Interesting.
Yeah, so, I don't know. And again, we don't know any of these people's business, and I don't agree with, like, just canceling them outright because he was just, like, weird on his live. But even before that, I was never a fan of his music because, again, I am more I enjoy the classic Christmas songs more. Besides
I missed
Kelly.
the whole live thing. Obviously, the Queen of Christmas. I missed the whole live. I didn't know that happened. So you're telling me now for the first time.
Yeah, there was some tea. I mean, I'm not a huge Michael Bublé fan, so, like, I never brought it up.
You just didn't want to bring it up on our Thanksgiving pod? Come on.
Did we talk about Michael Bublé then?
No, he should have just brought it up anyway.
Start just randomly. We're in the middle of sports recap. Anyway, 2 years ago, Michael Bublé elbowed his wife.
On Instagram Live. Huh.
So, Yeah, the only Michael Bublé song I brought over was It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas, and that's because it was against 12 Days of Christmas.
I gotcha. I feel ya. I'm gonna start getting hate. I feel like at this point, because I feel like it's starting to get wild for me.
Oh no! I feel like I know what you're gonna say.
Okay, so we have Santa You Can't Hear Me. It's by Kelly Clarkson, Ariana Grande, against Deck the Halls. Who sings Deck the Halls? Nat King Cole. So classic versus a new song again. So I think Santa You Can't Hear Me is fantastic. I think it's an unbelievable song. These are two of the best female vocalists of all time. And they come together for this Christmas mashup. So Deck the Halls can't beat it. I'm sorry. And I know
I agree.
Okay, I just thought I think people are going to start shitting on me for some of these decisions coming up.
I thought you were going to turn your back on your girl, Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, absolutely not.
And I was like, not with this song, maybe Under the Mistletoe, but not with Santa.
You're fucking joking about, you have to be fucking joking about that.
I don't like that song.
That's fucking crazy.
You know when Jill texted us her bracket yesterday, and her and Kelsey were obviously feuding in the group chat, and
as
she was
per
like,
usual.
you guys picked like some of those songs like are JCPenney, and the only one I think she's right about is Under the Mistletoe.
No!
Like that plays in the background of a JCPenney commercial.
But I know she's not talking about that one. I guarantee she's not talking about that one.
Which one was she talking about then?
I honestly think she is shitting on this one.
Well, yeah, because I think it is the most popular. I thought she meant like a few of them were JCPenney.
I thought she want one in specific. I would say she meant this one and then Underneath the Tree. It would be my guess.
Underneath the Tree is a vibe, so goodbye.
I know. I think she picked Baby It's Cold Outside to go to the Final Four. So, I mean, her judgment is clearly fucking wrong.
Which I feel like is shocking for a woke Gen Zer like herself that she picked Baby It's Cold Outside. But I do know she really, enjoys Steve Martin. And, yeah, but...
She kicked Underneath the Tree quick.
I was questioning that as well, because... even if you move Baby It's Cold Outside, then it goes against Here Comes Santa Claus or Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. And she still picked Baby It's Cold Outside.
I mean, she ran it to the Final Four.
Yeah, I didn't agree with that as well.
Yeah.
But I do agree with some of her JCPenney comments, but not this one. I mean, I get it. Like, it's, like you said, two of the most popular vocalists, so it's going to be used on commercials. Like,
I love JCPenney, so no shame.
I have no comment. But I love Santa, Can You Hear Me? But this was one of the ones I talked about in the last matchup. I literally, my brain was malfunctioning picking between these two because I do love Deck the Halls as well. And I feel like it's a classic Christmas song. Nat King Cole, like, what's not to love about it? And this was really hard for me. And I listened to it I was just going back and forth. But the determining factor is, like, the vibes. And I think Santa, Can You Hear Me? Also, Deck the Halls is, like, only a minute long.
Really?
That's not long enough for me. At least this version that we picked.
That's not a song. That's just, like, a commercial.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, no, I need much, much longer. Where the frick is my Spotify? Oh, I X'd out of it because I didn't want to get copyrighted for the Ronettes with Sleigh Ride.
The Ronettes just throw a lawsuit down on us.
I wonder if they're even around still.
Oh, no.
Deck the Halls. Yeah, 1 minute and 7 seconds.
I did not realize that at all.
Yeah. So, Santa, Can't You Hear Me? Kelly, but also I love Ariana Grande. I think her voice is amazing. I think she's better than like most almost pretty much all pop artists her age, I would say.
Those two on The Voice as coaches were fantastic. And then they got rid of both of them. Not got rid of, but they both didn't come back.
Coming back.
She is, but I don't even know who's on this season. But if Kelly's not on it, we don't watch it. So.
Well, I know that Kelly, and it's going to be Blake Shelton's last season. And then I think it's Chance the Rapper. Because I was like, oh, that's cool. And it was somebody, Niall Horn.
Yes, there's a couple new ones on there. It'll be interesting.
I don't watch the Voice, and I was like, oh, that sounds cool.
I like The Voice better than I like American Idol.
100%, I would agree with that.
I don't love when Blake and Glenn are on at the same time. That's what's this season, so I was like, nah, fuck that, I'm not doing this. So yeah. No. But if Kelly's not on, I am not watching the show. It's too much work. So.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't really watch any contestant type shows because I feel like you said it's too much of a time commitment.
I watch a lot of shows. Like a lot of shows on TV.
Period.
Like Survivor, Big Brother, Amazing Race, The Voice, Big Sky is one.
The competition show.
I watch every competition show. That's correct.
You know what I think is the best one? Like, out of the actual one, I used to live for Amazing Race.
My family, so that was the first one I got into, was because my family, we would watch it every week. Now, it's, I still watch it. It's very toned down as opposed to what it was when we were kids. Oh. So, like, remember how they would get, like, a certain... I've been talking about this. I think I've said this exact paragraph like 4 times in the past 2 months. Because it's on right now. You know how they used to get money and they'd have to like literally go to the airport and like book their own tickets and shit? And like be on separate flights? They're all chartered together now.
Oh, that's
They all
boring.
start... So, and remember how they used to start 12 hours after they got in? So like if they got in at 8 p.m., they left at 8 a.m., they have like 4 groups. They start 15 minutes apart from each other. So they'll be like
15 minutes. That's nothing.
Exactly. So the dude will be like, you're in the last group. So you start an hour behind the first group. I'm like, I remember watching people start fucking 5 hours behind the first group when in my day.
Sometimes like a whole half a day behind the first group.
Exactly. And they'd have to do, like, an extra challenge for being, like, last and shit sometimes if it was, like, a non-elimination leg. And they only do 2 challenges per leg now. They used to do, like, 3 or 4. And it's, like, 2. It's very toned down. I guess because of COVID, probably. But it's just, it doesn't hit the same. Survivor's the one I like the most, so.
Yeah. I went through a minute there of watching Survivor. On one of the streaming services. Like, I think it was in grad school, actually. Like, when me and my roommates were hungover on our couch, we watched Survivor. But then I just stopped. I get really bored with TV.
I do not. So I could just watch TV for days. Janelle's always like, you could just stay at home and do absolutely nothing your whole life. And I was like, if I had no responsibilities at all, no job, didn't have to do this, I would literally sit on the couch and watch TV for the whole day. Like, I would have no issue doing that.
I love watching TV. I mean, I get bored with shows. And, like, if it's, like, a Survivor, how many fucking seasons is that? Like, I get overwhelmed and I'm like...
Like, 45, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, there's no point. Because I'll never get through it.
Yeah, it would be really hard to start watching them all.
Yeah,
I watched the first one, so...
is when I get bored with TV is, like, shows. Like, there's so many shows that I started and just never finished.
Oof. It's tough.
It's hard.
I typically will start.
So hard to watch
I will typically finish them. But it just takes a real commitment.
It really does. I'm also that typical person that goes back to her comfort shows all the time, and I think I've watched New Girl like 100 times.
I'm trying really hard to not do that because there's so many shows that I know are good that I haven't watched. But I know I'm going to go back to New Girl
Always have
probably
to.
pretty soon. Probably pretty soon. It's been a minute, so we'll see.
I feel like it deserves at least a 2 or 3 times a year watch.
I don't watch those quick enough, I don't think, to do that. So